Greetings, beautiful earthlings. My name is Star. If you are new here, I don't know how you found me, but I am super glad you did. And if you are returning, y'all the real MVP, you already know. So first off, I just want to say, hopefully this video works. I have tried like 6 times now to get this video out and it's just not working for me today. I really hope I can get this done because I did put a lot of work into this reading for you guys. So if you hear in the background, I've got 528 hertz frequency playing. I do have that video linked in the description. And if you guys notice, I have these beautiful Amazonite mala beads here, as well as this beautiful Om bracelet. I do have my link and code for that in the description so that you guys can go shop and have some fun for that, okay? And this is going to be a longer video, so for those of you that are like me, you want to just set the phone down and just listen, you can totally do that. You don't need to see my face, you don't need to see the cards to get the message. But if you are here to learn with me, I will be using 2 decks today. So we have the Starman Tarot, which I did the reading on, and I will be using the Centennial Smith-Waite to show you what the traditional imagery looks like. And if you guys haven't seen my reading videos, I do use my phone for this because I have a whole script put together for it. So I'm super sorry that I'm going to be reading from my phone, but I am going to show you guys the cards as well. So for those of you that are here to learn, I will be giving you the keywords as well as the meaning of the cards. Hopefully I can get it done. I got like more than halfway done with one of these and it just kept shutting off on me. So I'm trying my super hardest right now to get this out. But let's go ahead and take a drink together, friends. I've got water, so get your water, get your coffee, get your tea, join me. Alright, and if you guys did not see my last announcement about upcoming collaborations, I do have that linked in the description box, as well as my first Meet My Tarot Decks video. I'm going to be making a series out of those, so I did the first one with the Starman Tarot, and I want you guys to check it out. I'm super excited about that series, and I want you guys also to utilize the tarot deck introduction spread that I use so that you can learn your tarot decks too. Alright. So first off, I want to let you guys know we are going to be having the new moon energy for the next 2 weeks until the full moon on August 3rd. And I've got a little tidbit here from Refinery 29 about this new moon. So it says, July's new moon is the second of the year to happen in Cancer and highlights the themes of family, roots, and cultural lineage. Having 2 new moons back to back is important not only because the lunar energy gets to continue these themes, but also because the nodes of the moon, also known as the nodes of destiny, recently changed signs. Although new moons are usually a time when something begins, this moon's energy could represent the end of a chapter or some sort of finale concerning these themes. So we will also see these themes throughout the reading, okay? So I'm super excited. I love when that happens. So this time, I'm still going to be using the 5-card spread that I use from Jessica Dimas. All of her info is linked below, and I did use Labyrinthos to put together my spread as well as to get the card definitions. So all of that info is in the description box, okay? And one last thing, if you guys are not following me on Facebook and Instagram, all that info is down there for you guys. So let's go ahead and get into the reading now. So this time I actually got a pre-reading flipper, which doesn't ever happen, and I did think it was important to include that one this time because of what card it is. So this card came out with the very first one, and when I analyzed the spread I realized this one was kind of a forewarning. So we got here the Tower reversed. So there's that tower in the Starman. And here is that imagery in the Smith-Waite. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look what the Tower reversed has to tell us before we get into the spread. The keywords for the Tower reversed are disaster avoided, delaying disaster, and fear of suffering. So you can feel some crisis looming along the horizon, and you are struggling as much as you can to try to avoid its manifestation. What you have not realized is that these breakdowns can be beneficial in breaking down your reliance on something that is false. The tower is built on faulty foundations, and it must fall. Though the destruction will be painful, the humbleness resulting from it can bring us peace. What you relied on will no longer be there for you. Do not take this as a drastic and depressing change. It's time for you to become self-reliant. So now you see why I thought it was important to put that one in there, because that's a great message. Okay, so the first position in the spread is the current status, and since I'm reading for the collective, I call it the current status of the collective. And we had gotten the Four of Swords. So here's that in the Starman. Beautiful. And here is that card in normal Rider-Waite imagery. So the keywords for the Four of Swords are rest, restoration, and contemplation. So after the time of chaos, anger, and pain depicted in the Three of Swords, the Four of Swords can signal that it is time to retreat. The Four of Swords is a moment of rest. Whether this is from a choice to withdraw or whether it is from pure exhaustion, it is not clear. We are still tender from the wounds that were inflicted, and the battle weapons still hang above us as a grim reminder of what was lost. In order to continue and re-emerge in your daily life, you must take the time now to take a breather. There's always the faint fear that something more is bound to happen again, and it is advisable that you take all chances to rest. So we also see this mirrored in that reverse tower card that came out with this one, which is really cool. Okay, the second position in the spread is what we need to let go of. So we had gotten the King of Wands reversed. Here he is in the Starman. And here is that King of Wands reversed in normal Rider-Waite imagery. So the keywords for the King of Wands reverse is impulsive, overbearing, unachievable expectations. So that card tells us when reversed, it depicts a personality which is prone to taking rash, impulsive, and hasty decisions. This person can be pushy, overbearing, as well as dominating at times. Even though he might rarely do this with a sense of malice or with an intention to make someone feel submissive, this is without a doubt a part of his character that one can be frustrated at. In reversal, this card represents the worst spectrum of the qualities of fire, selfishness, and ruthlessness. He can be manipulative as long as you are serving his purpose. With this in mind, this card definitely points out strong and weak aspects, and reflecting on his image can help you dig deeper into your personality. So with that being a new moon, even though this one says it's not a time for manifestation, it's still a time for reflection to look back on how your previous manifestations might have or have not come to fruition, and what you can do within yourself to change that to help attract it more. So the third position is what energy is abundant in the collective. We got the Four of Wands reversed. Here's that in the Starman. And the Four of Wands reversed here in the normal Rider-Waite imagery. So the keywords for the Four of Wands reversed is lack of communication, instability, and home conflicts. The reversal position of the Four of Wands implies that there is a breakdown, or a complete lack of harmony in your family or in your home. It is likely that there is a lot of tension between the members of your family or other loved ones. If you have completed something that is important to you, you are expecting to share it with those that are closest to you and to come home to a welcome celebration, but instead you find a lack of support. This may leave you feeling rather uncertain when it comes to your own relationships, as well as the things you can and cannot depend on. So that's also tied to that new moon in Cancer energy little tidbit we heard at the beginning about family and conflict. So the fourth position in the spread is what we need to focus on, and we got the Six of Pentacles. There's that in the Starman. And here is the Six of Pentacles in the Rider-Waite imagery. So the keywords for the Six of Pentacles is charity, generosity, and sharing. Six of Pentacles means that you're in a position where you have a good relationship with your income. Like the main figure in the card, the amount of money that you bring in and your expenses are balanced well, and you are fortunate enough to not have any stress. You're also grateful for all that you own and can happily share your wealth with others. As you can tell from the imagery in the card, the Six of Pentacles can be about charity. You can either be the man giving away the money to the needy or a beggar gratefully receiving what you need from a wealthy donor. So in times of hardship, we have to remember we are still very well off. Things could always be worse, and we need to share what we have with others. Share the love, share the generosity, especially in times like this when everything seems to be going wrong and everything just keeps getting worse, right? So the message from the universe for the collective, we have the Death card. Look at how beautiful that is in the Starman. Alright, and the Death card here in the Rider-Waite imagery. Keywords for the Death card are end of a cycle, change, beginnings, and metamorphosis. You're going to go through a major change, transition, or transformation. The old version of you needs to die to allow the new you to be created. This can be a scary time for you because you may be unsure of what will happen in the future. Even if you are scared, you should welcome the change because you are opening the door to new life events. Death can also mean that you need to let go of any unhealthy attachments that you may have in your life. This is an important part of life, so learning to keep moving forward is one of the lessons that death teaches us, which is also mentioned in our new moon energy. But I thought that was a really, really good message because it's always super important to be shedding old relationships, old energies that don't serve you anymore, old habits that you just cannot break, that are not helping you get ahead, right? So I love that that message came through for the new moon, because even though this new moon isn't specifically a time for manifestation, we can still reflect on those things that are not serving us anymore and try to get rid of them and be our best selves, right? So the last one, I always take the bottom of the deck because that is the overall energy for the read. And for this one, the bottom of the deck energy was the Ten of Pentacles. There's that in the Starman. And here is the Ten of Pentacles in regular Rider-Waite. So the keywords for the Ten of Pentacles are legacy, inheritance, and culmination. For this one, I took the meaning, the aged man is able to sit back and relax while watching the lives of his children and grandchildren. The satisfaction he derives from his achievement is interwoven in his children's happiness. The meaning of the Ten of Pentacles also relates to the happiness that you experience because you have planted many seeds of happiness and shared in the lives of others, particularly family members and relatives. It points to the importance of these people in your lives. It also implores that you make decisions that will not only have positive results in the present, but also in the long term. The decisions that you make should produce positive results that last for generations to come, trickling down to your offspring as well. So I love that we had that theme of family throughout. Even though it seems we're going to be having some family problems, some button heads, some conflicts, we're also going to find a light at the end of the tunnel and remember that family is super important to us, whether that means your blood family, your soul family, whatever you consider family, friend family, whatever. Those are always going to be super special relationships and super important in times like this where we're all kind of stuck inside and having lots of problems anyway, right? It seemed like we were going to find a break in quarantine, but now everything's shutting back down, and we need to remember that even though we're having lots of troubles, we are still in a very good position and we still have lots of love around us, okay? So I did not pull any oracle cards for this one because I knew that this was going to be a longer video, so I wanted to try to maybe get a separate reading with oracle cards out. I'm not sure if that's going to happen or not. I've been having problems with my phone recording, so that's why I don't have any oracle cards. I wanted to try to at least get the message of the tarot out for you guys, but I forgot to mention I do have the Amazon links, non-affiliated, in the description for both of these decks. If you like the decks, if you want to check them out, if you want to get them. The Centennial is about $15, the Starman's about $25, so if you really like those cards, you can play along with me at home. You get them, you check them out, study them, whatever. And one last special shout out to Refinery29, Jessica Dimas, and Labyrinthos. Like I said, all that information is going to be in the description box for you guys as always. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. If you didn't, that's cool, thumbs down. You don't have to like my video. And why don't you tell me in the comments if any of this resonates for you, if you've been having any of these issues, if you see any of this in a common theme throughout other tarot readings right now. And if you guys are not already following me on Facebook and Instagram, all that information is always in the description box. You can find me on Instagram at Starry Nightmare Tarot. I do love talking to you guys and being friends and having that family feel. And Instagram sees stuff that Facebook does not, so Instagram gets lots of exclusive, lots of announcements, lots of stuff. That's where you guys can find most correspondence with me there. So definitely check that out, and I really hope you guys take the time to watch my collaborations announcement and Meet My Tarot Decks videos, because that's what we're going to be doing moving forward. I do have 2 new decks on the way. You never know, I might get more. So things are constantly moving forward. I'm so excited for all of the interactions we get here. So grateful that we continue just moving up, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next one. I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day wherever you are when this video reaches you, my friends. Namaste.